Hello everybody. Today we're going to see how I draw Trog Tribal. Okay, so I'm going to start out with a quick sketch just to give me an idea of where I want to put him and to make sure I leave room for everything, because sometimes I draw it off the page, and I know you really can't see this, but that's okay. This is more for me. And then when I switch over to Sharpies, you'll be able to see it much better. But like I said, this is mostly for me to make sure I get everything in for you, because sometimes I'll forget stuff or I'll fall off the page, and I just want to make sure that it's all there, especially with this one, because this is a special colored one, which actually, now that I mentioned that, the color is going to take care of everything else. We're just going to kind of define the outline, and then when I color it, it'll make more sense as to why this is the special Valentine's one, right? Let's see. I think I have everything. Let's see, how can I make his... I like to make fists because it's so easy, but this one has some coloring on the hands, so I kind of want to leave some fingers out. So this time we're going to do some fingers. Okay, it's not going to be hard, pretty simple. And there, that way it won't be too hard. But this one we'll make our defiant, strong Trog, the way we like to do. I like him holding up his strong hand like he's a big old strong Trog. Okay, so I think that'll take care of that, and I can go ahead and get started on the pencil, or the ink. So I'm going to switch over to Sharpies, and I'm just going to do his eyes real quick and a couple features on his face, and then we'll move over to the big fat Sharpie for the rest of the definition. So I'm going to draw just some circles for eyes. Like that. I think I'm going to thicken them up just a little bit. Do the same thing here. Circle for eyes. Going to thicken it up, and I'm going to draw him his eyelids like he has. And he's got that brow, but I'm going to leave that for coloring. Let's just define it like this. Define these parts with the Sharpie. Okay, and let's draw his teeth. Oh, you know what? I should probably draw his jawline or his mouth line. That way you know where those teeth are going to end. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to switch over to the big fat Sharpie and show you a few techniques here. So I'm going to define a few things with the big fat Sharpie, and then the rest with the thinner Sharpie. I'm going to come back to that afterwards. Okay, so I'm just defining a few key parts, like his hair. So it's going to come around like that, and this is just for his like whippy, fuzzy hair parts. And let's go ahead and draw those edges. Okay, so I'm going to draw the top of this part like that. Then I'm going to come down here and do this. Draw a few little whips, and then bring it in for a few more whips like that. Come down, draw those, and I'm just kind of making this up as I go, kind of adding little hair wisps is basically what this is, because his fur is all over the place. So I'm just kind of making it up as I go, and you can too. So don't worry about whether you do exactly how I do or you're just drawing like that, little things like that. That'll help us draw or make it look like it's fuzzy fur, you know. And so I'm going to do his other shoulder like this and draw a couple of these, you know, just to give him some fur. And we got his shoulders done already, right? Pretty simple. So now that that's defined, let's go ahead and do his chest. I know he's going to have big old strong pecs like that, and that's going to help me define those edges. So I'll do his other one like that. So I can do his belly, his strong back, and then I can define the rest of his edges here. So I'm going to draw his other arm down like this, and that's where his bicep is going to be. And I'm going to draw a couple little things like that. And that's going to show me where the fur is going to be on this side. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's bring it down like this. A couple of little wisps like that. And we'll define the edge like that. So now I'm going to draw his hand. So this is where I was telling you that we're going to draw fingers this time. It's not hard. We're just going to come out to the back of the hand like this. Front of the hand like that to the thumb. Bring the front of the hand down like that. And there's the first finger. And so that's it. That's all you gotta do. Then the rest are kind of behind it in like that. And we're just gonna imply, right? So we're gonna do like that, like that, like that. Boom, hand is done. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And he's got kind of, well, he has claws, but we're gonna do that with the sharp Sharpie. Let's not worry about that right now. Let's finish this hand here. This one's gonna be in his defiant fist like we were talking about. And so I want this, see how this finger is kind of up like that? These are going to be flat and this one's pointing at you. That's what we're going to do. So since that's the case, we're going to go ahead and just draw that. I know where that's going to be. Then I'm going to draw the thumb over it. Bring that finger down. I'm going to draw the knuckles. And then these are going to go straight across. And then I'm going to connect them again here. And there, pretty much that hand is pointing right at you. And that's it. We're done. Now we're just going to draw some wispy wisps to draw the his fur, and that takes care of his forearm. Pretty easy, right? So now we just got to reconnect that shoulder to the bicep. Done. Pretty simple. So let's define a few more wisps of his hair here, and that'll be his waistline. And then we can do his legs. His fur down to like this. And I'm just making this my own. In the design, there's not too many of these, but I like it. So I'm just going to keep doing it and make them. See, pretty simple, pretty easy. I'm going to come back here with this one. And he's got a knee right here, so I'm just going to kind of define that with more wisps. See, I kind of followed my sketch of the shape. So now all I had to do is kind of follow along and add those simple things. So that's why I like to sketch first. So I'm going to draw his feet. They're pretty simple. Top toe is always pointing up. The rest of the toes are pointing down. So let me show you how to do that. You're going to come down to the toe, up like this, follow down to the inside of the heel, and there. And the other toes, they're kind of like that. Done. Same thing here. We're going to add this toe first, because that's the biggest one. The other ones are kind of down, and then we just connect it. Boom. That's simple. So I'm going to switch over back to the sharp Sharpie and just add a couple little extra little defiant lines just to kind of show detail, right? And you don't have to do this. I'm doing it just because I like defining a style. And you don't have to do it in the exact same spots I'm doing it either. You can do it wherever you want. I just kind of like to do this to give it my unique look, you know? And that's what you do when you draw. That way when you draw this for your friends and they're like, oh, well, you followed how I draw, right? Because that looks different. It looks like your own. You go, yes, because I did it my own style, my way. And that's what you ultimately want to do is figure out how to make it look like yours, you know? You create this, you make a style, and you have your own unique technique. I'm just kind of giving you some pointers. See, nothing too bad. Nothing crazy. We're just going to kind of do some stuff like this, and this will kind of define the locks of his fur, right? I kind of like that. I'm going to add some more of this. Let's see, just a few more. Then the color will take care of the rest. So for right now, there you go. That is Trog Tribal. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.